Time now for Morning Rounds with CBS News Chief Medical Correspondent Dr. Jon LaPook and CBS News contributor Dr. Holly Phillips. First up, new steps to help prevent young lives from being lost. Adolescent suicide is now the second leading cause of death for 15 to 19-year-olds. Now, a leading physicians group is urging doctors to take action. John has more.
They taught me in the hallways, and I felt like I could never escape it.
5 years ago, 14-year-old Jamie Rodemeyer was struggling with his sexuality and was being bullied at school and online.
It gets better, and look at me, because that's all you have to do. Just love yourself and you're set.
Soon after posting this encouraging video, he hung himself in his backyard. Tracy Rodemeyer built this rock garden in honor of her son.
On September 18th, we were home, and Jamie decided to take his own life because he could not handle the torture and the bullying anymore. We figured today if he didn't have a cell phone and Facebook wasn't there and all those things, he would probably still be here with us.
The American Academy of Pediatrics says cyberbullying is a significant risk factor for teenage suicide. The group is now urging pediatricians to talk to their patients about bullying, as well as other factors like depression and issues surrounding sexual orientation. Dr. Benjamin Shane authored the guidelines. He believes social media has made it much easier to be bullied.
A bully can be a bully anonymously. A bully can be a bully at a long distance. A bully doesn't need to fear for their own safety. A bully can do it in the comfort of their own bedroom and just do it on a whim.
Wow. There's so much to talk about. The American Academy of Pediatrics says that suicide is 4 to 10 times more likely in homes that have guns. And the organization says where consistent with state laws, pediatricians should routinely ask if firearms are in the home and discuss the increased risk with parents.
Right, and John, just picking up on that, we know that girls are more likely to attempt suicide than boys, but boys are more likely to actually kill themselves when they do attempt it. They're more likely to have successful suicide attempts, and that's because they use more aggressive measures, specifically guns. So if your child is at risk at all, if you live at home with a teen that you're worried about, it's about getting the guns out of the house, right? This isn't gun control on Capitol Hill. This is gun control within your home. And locking them up, research shows, isn't enough.
And it's not just bullying that's a risk factor. Mood disorders such as depression, a history of physical, sexual, or substance abuse, and issues surrounding sexual orientation.
Yeah, social media has really changed a lot of this also.
Yeah, when I was a kid, you know, somebody had to be physically stronger than me to bully me, and now
it can go on 24 hours.
Yeah, 24 hours. When I was young, I remember the bully would be there until 3:15. Then you didn't have to see him until the next morning. Now it's a 24/7 issue.
Right. Well, moving on, Vice President Joe Biden is promoting his moonshot initiative to fight cancer. The vice president joined hundreds of cancer experts, care providers, and their families at a summit this week in Washington.
I know when moonshot was first announced, some said, well, Biden's being naive, ending cancer in our time. That's not what I said. I believe we can make exponential progress. Exponential progress. I firmly believe we can do in the next 5 years what would ordinarily take 10.
So what are researchers doing in those 5 years?
Sure. I mean, a lot of this is about money. This is a billion-dollar initiative. But really the overarching themes here are about collaboration. The moonshot, they hope to increase collaboration both within and across government agencies, not-for-profits, research groups. But it's also about speeding up some things that are unnecessarily slow, like getting rid of red tape. For example, it takes many researchers longer than 18 months just to get the materials, the cells, or the drugs they need to conduct research. With the Moonshot Initiative, the National Cancer Institute will work with about 20 or 30 different biotech companies and drug companies to speed that up. It can also help patients directly. Right now, it's tough for local doctors and patients to figure out what clinical trials are out there, for instance. The initiative has created a website. It's called trials.cancer.gov, and it's a really broad broad database of clinical trials that are going on, and you can see what you might qualify for and how you would enroll.
John, data sharing is very important, isn't it? Our own Dr. David Agus talked at the summit about the importance of it. How can it be used exactly?
This is huge. I just attended a summit at the Aspen Ideas Festival, Spotlight Health, and this was a huge topic there. Basically, everybody around the country has all this clinical data. They develop cancer or they don't develop cancer. We're finding out through the Precision initiative that from the National Institute of Health, Dr. Collins, that what the genomes are of people. We have all this information that's in electronic format, but they don't talk to each other. So you have all these different silos. Imagine if you knew, for example, oh, the person has a certain type of cancer and they have blue eyes and this kind of genetic makeup and they seem to respond to this drug. Isn't that interesting? We need to be able to pull all that data together and do data sharing. That doesn't happen right now.
All right, finally on this 4th of July weekend, a quick reminder to put safety first when it comes to fireworks. An estimated 600 people or more will be treated for Independence Day fireworks injuries. Americans will lose fingers and hands, suffer burns, and some may even die. The Amputation Coalition urges people to handle fireworks carefully and properly supervise children to assure everyone has a safe and healthy holiday.
About staying safe. Also, be careful of the sparklers.
Yep.
You can
Even those,
light up
yep.
hair and clothes.
Be careful. Have a great weekend, everybody.
All right, Doctors Jon LaPook and Holly Phillips, thank you both very much.